How to contact my guardian angel Jessie J and ASAP wife Jessica Ellen Cornish. Focus and action. Dear Jess, about my normal private love life, I will tell you about only my outside world to make it easier to understand, but also because I want to say to you that my inner world normal private love life is most private. In my normal private love life, friends was of course a part of my normal private love life. It's wonderful with friends. And you don't have many friends, but that's about very close friends. But you can have a lot of friends that are not so close. In my life I was so lucky to be a Boy Scout. And later on you are a Boy Scout leader and you lead the organization and work. And it was in this Boy Scout period and with the friends I visited Greenland. It was a lifetime experience. So it was when I was 17, 18 years old. And this friend from that time, we met once a year to Christmas lunch. And many after 5, 10 and 20 years, so it's not possible because you live different lives. But we managed to keep together on and off for 30 years. It was Christmas lunch with no limit on beer and alcohol. So, but that's the Danish culture. But in 2007, where I broke down with stress, and that was after 30 years with the same guys. I was sick, but I come to the Christmas lunch because it's very good food. But I didn't drink. So it was my first Christmas lunch without drinking, only water, and they were very surprised and in shock to be without drinking. That was very strange. Now, then something very strange happened to me, because it was not only because I don't drink alcohol and water, but it was about the conversation. And one guy keep asking me where I want to live the rest of my life, because Denmark is too small for me. And Denmark is also too small if we look at the political and economical level compared to USA, Germany, France, UK and Brazil and etc. And he would prefer Brazil. So he bought an apartment in Brazil and asked me, well, what about to live in Brazil? And I cannot remember my exact answer, but it was then and now the same. I am global, no matter which state I live in. So I was very confused. What is wrong with Denmark suddenly? I live in Denmark, but I signaled that I would leave Denmark because it was time to leave Denmark. So it was a natural conversation, but in that conversation we also talk about our inventions and problems and so on. And I always try to give my perspective on it, and we have a lot of fun and good laugh. But that was the last time I was to the Christmas lunch with the guys in 2007. Now let's take something today. After my swim training, I sometimes go into dry sauna and small talk with others. The other day, some of the men asked about blood cancer. And he had heard in the TV that they sent frogs out in space to find a cure, because out in space there is no gravity, so that was a change. And then maybe this frogs with blood cancer, they could find a cure. It was ground science, he told. And I said it's a very expensive ground science to send frogs out in space, because it's not a controlled experiment. So many things happening in space. But we laughed at that, and another guy said he had a friend who just died after 3 years of battle with blood cancer. I told him that all cancer, in my experience, is an unbalance in the immune defense system. And that's not only based on Ayurveda, that's based on common knowledge in Western also. And we only can win over cancer in very early stage to help the immune defense system to win the battle over all kinds of cancer types. We have evidence today. It's a global self-destruction, the cancer death. And there's many factors how we get the cancer, but let's forget that there's global self-destruction for a minute and then concentrate if we can win over cancer. So this immune defense system is very, 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 very strong. So if we have a patient, no matter of child or older one, who get cancer, it's very, very weak. And the evidence we have where patients in very early stage without modern medicine their own immune defense system win over the cancer and they are cured for the rest of their lives is the evidence we have to see a new perspective on blood cancer and all kinds of cancer. And that is that today the patient die of cancer, and today the patient die of modern cancer medicine, because this medicine is so strong to kill, so it simply kills the whole immune defense system. So if you begin to take cancer medicine, you will die of the medicine. 10 years ago it was terrible. They all died of the medicine. They gave too much, and the doses was too high, and everything was wrong. But they said the patient has died anyway, but that's no answer if it's ground science. So I've seen the last couple of years that now there is the only development in all kinds of cancer is that they are beginning to, in ground science, to do a development in very, 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 very early cancer diagnose. So it's that diagnose, they're blind, but now that they are turned the perspective. So I'm talking about very, very, very early cancer diagnose. So the word cancer diagnose is wrong. So we must call this early diagnose. This diagnosed direction is cancer. So because if we can see this diagnose direction is cancer, we are in so early stage before the immune defense system breaks down that we can balance it, and the immune defense system kill the cancer. Because we have a very, very early direction to cancer. But if it's blood cancer or stomach cancer or breast cancer, we do not know. But that's another education. But we then can balance it so the cancer do not break out. Because that's a very late diagnosis. If the cancer break out, I will try to make it short. If the cancer break out, the immune defense system have a very good killer medicine. But there are so many types of cancer, so I cannot make a generalization. But if I focus on blood cancer, which is a terrible unbalance, I will say that because it's so interesting what's going in the spinal cord to produce blood, but this confuses the immune defense system. So it continue to kill blood, because the blood is now an enemy, and that is of course deadly. So but it's about to say, and it's not the producers of the blood who's in unbalance, because we can cure it. So if that was, we should take all the spinal cord out and put a new one in. So it's not that. It's the production of blood is in unbalance. So if we can look at it from a new perspective to find a very, very, very early cancer diagnosed direction, we can cure cancer before it breaks out. But you must realize that no company will do that research, because there's no medicine to sell. We prevent cancer to break out. Now, to my Christmas lunch group, we always talked about all kinds of things. And my little sister always asked me about all kinds of inventions and problems and everything. But I was sick with stress, so that was then. But now I have a normal private love life. But I'm single, I'm alone. But I'm not lonely. But I will tell you everything in our normal private love life. Because I love you, Jessie J. Thank you.